Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Hands on SAP Dev with me this time, DJ Q Macro. It's a chilly, it was foggy and cold morning this morning. But welcome to a cold, chilly Manchester. Morning, Hemsagar. Morning, Tim. Good morning, Mark. A very good morning to you. A very good coffee morning. My second coffee of the day. And yeah, here we are again. It's November. My goodness me, I can't believe it. Andrew, good evening. Greetings to you too. Greetings and cheers. Well, are you allowed to cheers a coffee to a wine? I'm going to cheers you anyway. Hey, Phil. Good evening as well to you. Great to have you all on board. Thank you all so much for joining. By the way, I'm quite excited because I was putting those messages in the chat through a new little script that I've written. So this message here, LBC, for example, on this machine here, it's not over there, LBC, hello everyone, enter. There we go, hello everyone. So maybe I'll tell you about that another time or later or whatever if you're interested. But I've been messing around with the YouTube streaming live API, and anyway, I'll explain that later. Anyway, it's a Pilsner. Excellent, a lovely small craft brewer. Nice. I might have a beer tonight. Actually, I didn't have one last night. Yeah, I think it's the end of the week. I should have one. Shouldn't I? Really. You can have what you want when you want. Otherwise, it's too late. That's what my grandpa used to say as well. You see, it's a lot of really good things. Anyway, so welcome. This is part 2 of the generating graphs for SAP Enterprise Messaging artifacts. I think it's I'm really keen on this subject because I struggle with seeing the artifacts and how they're connected together, so I hope you are too. This time we're going to start looking at actually grabbing the data and sort of marshalling it into a form that we can then generate those dot files for. We'll just remind ourselves what that dot file looked like in a minute. Samuele, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. In fact, I was just looking at your Devtoberfest Cloud Foundry prompt things. Quite cool. I like that. Annie Lane, Shiraz, for me, it is okay. Not brilliant, but okay for quaffing. Quaffing, that's a good word, isn't it? Quaffing. So, yes, welcome. Welcome, everybody. What have I got to share with you? Let me just bring that up here. Oh, yeah, so just to remind everybody, we're in the sort of the final stages of the judging for Devtoberfest. It's been really nice to look at all the projects and everything. My colleagues and I in the developer advocates team have been looking through. So thank you everybody for getting involved and so on. And thank you also, I hope you've had a good time sort of learning on the enablement sessions as well. Andrew, you prefer the Riesling. Okay. Well, the heavier the red wine, the better for me. I quite like heavy wine. Anyway. So the Devtoberfest. So next week, sometime next week, my gut feel, this is a personal feeling, that it's probably going to be dependent on the outcome of what's going on over in the US at the moment. We don't want to get confused, that sort of thing, and the announcement of the finalists is going to be sometime next week with the finalists plural. Actually, that's a typo there. I should fix that, shouldn't I? And then we go into the community voting. So basically, we, the developer advocates, have picked some finalists, plural. We'll put those on, just like we did the coding challenges, where we put the finalists, and then you can all vote on what your favorite one is, etc. So that's that. Oh, by the way, yes, of course, I'm sure you all saw Jürgen's tweet yesterday about the first step in our journey towards making the trial experience better. So I'm sure you've seen the tweet, but also we covered that in the SAP Developer News episode, this week's news episode. So in fact, let me just share that with you. 1 second, there, like that. Let's see if that works. That's the first time I'm going to share. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Buenos dias, Max. Buenos dias. So Andrew, I've just seen your question there. The announcement of the finalists. Let me just change that now, of finalists, because it's finalists. Max, it is finalists, isn't it? Yes, finalists. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Christian. Good morning. Welcome, Christian. There we go. Announcement of finalists, and then community voting, and of course, then after the finalists, the funnel of five finalists going down into one final winner or whatever. That's the idea. What do I know? I know nothing. So yes, so the SAP developer news. What the first item in the news is our great leader Thomas telling us a little bit more about that, and we've got also other bits and pieces. If you have not checked out the developer news, there's a news playlist which we'll link to as well. In fact, if you go to the SAP developers thing here, the playlist, we've got SAP developer news somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is, there, right in front of me. Right in front of me. So there's, if you want to catch up with the previous playlists, there we go. That's that. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, it is a very welcome first step. It's a first step. So that's that. What else have we got? Oh, yes. Good morning, Kadir. Good morning. Welcome to you. Welcome. What else have we got? I think that's it, really. I don't want to spend too much time on items because we've got a lot to cover today, actually. A lot to cover. So what we're going to be looking at is our old friend, the brother and sister, the sibling enterprise messaging APIs, right? API groups or packages. I don't know what you call them. So if we have a look in the SAP Cloud Platform Enterprise Messaging, we will be looking at, probably today, what we've seen before on the deep dive into Cloud Platform Enterprise Messaging. We're going to look at the APIs. We're going to use the APIs that are for sending and receiving messages because we can get the webhook subscriptions from that API. And we're also going to be using what we're calling the management APIs to get the queues and the queue subscriptions. Okay. So if you want a quick reminder, let me just share that with you as well. Let me go back here and LBC that there like that. So that's that. By the way, that is I've got a couple of scripts in my dot files. LBL will show me now live broadcast list. I can see the live broadcast there. It's that one. I can choose that one now. That's through the YouTube streaming API. And then any LBC command, live broadcast chat. Hello there. 1, 2, 3. I can send that, and that goes to the chat. So it's a lot easier for me to share stuff on the chat, which is over here. I'm looking at it on a different computer rather than move my fingers and type here. I can't copy paste from one machine to another. So there we go. Where did we leave off? We left off last time. We'd chosen some cool shapes, hadn't we? In fact, let's have a look. Let's go into. I'll put it all in the graphing. And by the way, I added this graphing directory in the hands-on SAP Dev, Cloud Messaging hands-on SAP Dev folder. Let me just share that as well. I should have a little sort of, anyway, yeah, LBC, share that as well. That's the thing where, we've got the stuff from last week. So that's that. And in there, all we've got so far is a test PNG, which we generated, okay, and we all chose the shapes, the parallelogram for the webhooks. I know, Max, you chose the stars for the webhooks, which look quite nice, but a little bit freaky. But I like the parallelograms, and we've got the queues. That was a good suggestion. Was that your suggestion, Samueli? I can't remember. The queues, the folders for the queues, and then we've got the double octagon for the topics. So that's what we want to aim for, and we've got that basically based upon this dot. Let me make it a bit bigger. Is that a bit bigger? Yeah, there we go. This dot file here. That's the entire extent of the dot file. Let's just stare at that for a second. In fact, why don't I bring up on a separate window, graphing, open link in new window. There we go. And let's look at the test.file file there. So we can see, oh no, it's not the test.file file. We can see the test PNG file, and we can have a look at that in comparison, right? So that's what we're getting. And this is what is generating that. So we've got this directed graph, okay? Mahesh, good morning, Mahesh, welcome. Good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, so anyway, so we've got the digraph here, the directed graph, and we've got 3 subgraphs. 1, 2, 3. And effectively, those are these clusters here. The cluster Qs, that one there, and the shape of the nodes in that subgraph are folders. Okay, so that's that thing there. And the label goes on the top. I'm sure we can move it somewhere else, but the top's fine for now. Is Qs, right? And inside there, we've got 3 nodes, Q1, called Q1, Q2, Q3, and that's the name, Q1, Q2, Q3. We've also got a subgraph, a cluster of topics, which is this one down here, right? And the shape is a double octagon, which we chose. And there are 3 topics, okay? We got our little test topics, topic A, topic B, but we've also got, you know, I think, I don't know where this came from, but basically I'd been looking at real topics that are published, that messages are published to from real SAP S4 HANA systems, HANA cloud systems. Why not? Let's be a bit more realistic. And also that will test, you know, that topic with a slash in it will, you know, will make sure we deal with slashes now rather than later. Because remember, I think have we talked about this? We have to sort of escape URL, sorry, not escape, URL encode the slashes because the actual topic name is part of the path in an API call. Okay, let me know if you want me to explain what that is. I don't know whether we covered that or not, but I think we did. And then we've got the webhooks. Okay, there's the third cluster, the webhooks. So these are all sort of, you know, flat things. It's Q1, Q2, Q3, sales orders created, topic A, topic B, webhook subscription 1, webhook subscription 2, right? Bang, 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 bang. So it's bang, 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 bang. Those are all, but the arrows, the relationships, the arcs, the edges are coming from these things here, okay? The DI in directed, the DI in digraph stands for directed, as in the lines have got arrowheads on them rather than no arrowheads. Otherwise it'd just be a graph, not a directed graph. That's how my understanding. And so we got Q2, for example, which we've already sort of declared as being in the, you know, Q cluster. We got Q2, for example, going to topic A. And we've got Q2 going to topic B, which is that one there, right? And then we've got Q2 going to sales order created. We've got Q3 going to sales order created. And we've got webhook subscription 1, WHS1, going to Q1 and etc. Right? So that's Tiago. Tiago, welcome. Welcome, Tiago, old friend. Hope you're okay. I've got my coffee here. Oh, I'm almost at the end of my administrator biscuits. After this, I've got 3 left. They've lasted for ages, haven't they? Andrew, good point. I noticed that they're ordered left to right as well. The Qs are ordered left to right. So you've got Q1, 2, 3, got Q3, 2, 1, and sales order created topic ABC. That's that way there. Now, it doesn't really bother me either way at this point. But also, I'm possibly guessing that they're in this order because it's easier to sort of display the graphs. You know, Q2 and Q2 is talking to topics over there. I've no idea. I'm just making it up. But I've been assuming that it's to do with how Graphviz decides best to render it. I don't know. Let's have a look into that another time, maybe. This is still amazingly crunchy. Okay. So basically, I think I've got this dot file. Test.dot. Okay, there's our dot file there. It could be alphabetical for topics. But then again, that's a good observation. Oops, good observation, Phil. Alphabetical for topics, but my question would be, why is it not alphabetical? Well, alphanumeric, I suppose, for Qs. And as far as Graphviz and the dot language is concerned, these are just things, right? They don't have any meaning. Topics is not a thing, and Qs is not a thing. It's just, you know, a label. I don't know. I should sell these biscuits, shouldn't I, Andrew? They're really nice, really, really almondy. Yeah, I feel very Italian. I do. They are as crunchy as, aren't they? Aren't they, Phil? Yeah, and they are only for administrators. Yes, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Oh, talking of that, I've still got loads. I don't know where they are. I've still got loads of stickers, hands-on SAP dev stickers and developers.sap.com stickers. You've seen the stickers before. In fact, there's a sticker stuck to the back of my book. There's a developers.sap.com sticker. There's a what's that one? Serverless openfast.com. Anyway, there's the developers.sap.com stickers. If you want some of those, or some hands-on SAP dev stickers, do the usual. Send me a direct message on Twitter. That's the easiest way. Private message on Twitter with your address, your postal address. Put pipes in between where I've got to do a new line, because sometimes the addresses are so crazy wonderful that I don't know where the new lines go. And I'll send you some. So that's that. So anyway, so what we've got to do is together is explore how we can create this dot file programmatically. Okay, that's the whole point, right? I want to be able to run a script and bang, I want to see an image like this, up to date according to what's actually there in my enterprise messaging service instance, okay, as far as artifacts go. Yeah, okay, nice one, Andrew. Good work. Yes, distribute some. If you need any more, let me know. Maybe Max, we could think of talking to somebody in our wider team to send like a few more stickers down there to somebody to distribute. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing we could do. Anyway, let me know. Hoping to run another SAP Inside Track in Melbourne, February, March 2021. Oh, that'd be amazing if you could do that. You mean a physical one, an in-person one? I hope so. Phil. So there we go. I've made the font quite big, but I think we're okay. Let me know if it's too big. I never thought I'd say that, but I think that's quite, that's okay. So we're going to generate this programmatically. Now, where are we going to get information from? Let me open up a new window here. We'll leave that there for now. And what we'll do is we'll have a look to see how we get this information, right? Well, if you remember, we've got our messaging script, haven't we? So the messaging script, this is in the cloud messaging hands-on SAP dev repo. You access to that. I'll put the link in already. A physical one. Excellent. Good work, Phil. And we can do, not messaging. We've got the messaging API package, but we've also got the management, right? Management list queues. Okay, we've done this before in the deep dive series. So let's run that, see what happens. So I just deleted the cached service key, so it's going to got the service key. That should be a little bit faster now. Let's do that again. There we go. Fine. Okay. So we've got the JSON output from the call, and let's just remind ourselves, is it worth reminding ourselves of the call? Let's close that now. Remind ourselves of the call. Let's go here, open a new tab. It's this, what we've just called. REST APIs for development, use REST APIs to manage queues and subscriptions, your access and management APIs here. It's this, get queues. That's what we've just done, okay? And that has returned this information here, okay? So basically, we know where to get the information to supply at least this stuff here, right? Now, we know that this stuff, digraph, subgraph, cluster queues, blah, 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 that's all sort of hard-coded effectively. The dynamic stuff is going to be lines 4, 5, 6 here, right? So that's so far so good. We've also, sorry, did I slurp my coffee then? We've also got, down here at the bottom, of course, the relationships, right? The queues. The Q2 is subscribed to TokiPK, Q2 is subscribed to TokiPK. Now, that's not in the output from management list queues. It's just a flat list of queues. So we've got to sort of do that first, list all the queues, and then list queue subscriptions. Remember that from last time? let me know if you remember all these calls that we've been making in that deep dive. If you weren't in the deep dive, please shout and I can explain things. It's no problem at all. So list queue subscriptions, you'll see, of course, that you need to specify the queue to which you want a list of subscriptions. So if we say we've got Q1, Q2, Q3, right? So if I say list queue subscriptions Q1, don't forget we've got 3 queues, Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? There are no topics to which Q1 is subscribed. Okay, that's why we get an empty list. So this is a JSON, open, close, square brackets, array of nothing. Okay, and that's why they're on the left-hand side. That's why, of course, there's no sort of arrow relationship between anything from Q1 to any topics. But if we do that for Q2, what do we get? We get a nice stanza. By the way, let me know, if my head is in the way. I think it's better up at the top rather than the bottom. But let me know. I can put it at the bottom like this. Woohoo! Back up again. Woohoo! So let me know. So this is telling us, it's giving us an array of 3 objects, 3 stanzas. You know, let's be classical here, where it describes a relationship between a queue name and a topic pattern. So there we are. So there's Q2 subscribed to topic sales order created. Q2 is subscribed to topic pattern topic A, and Q2 is also subscribed to topic B. And this information here is exactly what we need to supply this information here. But it's also, if I go across here to the top, it's also information that we need to supply these entries in the topics, in the sort of flat topics subgraph. Okay, so don't forget, again, we've got the list of queues, just the list of queues. We've got the list of topics, just the list of topics, and the only place we're going to get the list of topics from is there, right? Is there, down there. And of course, we'll talk about the webhook subscriptions in a minute, right? So let's just go back and do the management, the list queue subscriptions for Q3. And Q3 is only subscribed to one topic pattern, which is the sales order created. Okay, so that is that one. Okay, that one there. So we can get the information for the dynamic parts of this from the management list queues and the management list queue subscriptions. Now, if we say, okay, webhook, if we want to look at the webhooks, which are these things here, okay, we need a flat list of the webhooks, WHS 1 and 2, and then we also need the sort of relationship list down at the bottom here. Webhook subscription 1 is connected to Q1 and webhook subscription 2 is connected to Q2. Then we get that from the list webhook subscriptions API endpoint in the messaging API. So that thing is this one here, remember? Hey Rakesh, welcome, 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 welcome. Good to have you on board. So this is the where is it? Get, there we go, get subscriptions. Okay. And this is the list of all subscriptions. So there we go. So we're going to get that. So let's see, actually, we should get something that looks like that, I guess. List webhook subscriptions. And there we go. It's quite a long list. I'm going to keep it, I quite like the large font. Give me a shout in the chat whether you like it or whether you prefer it a little bit smaller. You know, to see more on the screen. But I think it's, you know, let me know. So we get here an array. There we go. An array of 1. There's 1. 2. There's 2. Yeah. So, and we can see here that there's the information we want. The name WHS2, webhook subscription 2, is connected to the queue Q2. Now, notice that it's not just Q2, it's Q colon Q2. So we've got to do a bit of tidying up, getting rid of that Q colon bit, okay? So that, you know, Q2 is just Q2, right? So that's where we're going to get all the information from. So far, so good. Rakesh, thank you for answering. Rakesh is saying font size is perfect, lovely. DJ in upper right, font is Goog. Goog, font is Goog. That's good. Font is good, thank you. Oh, message retracted. That was Goog was okay though. So, why don't we, to save hammering the, you know, I like to tiptoe around things. What we'll do is we'll list cues, right? And we'll put it. Let's create a temporary file. We know what we're doing. In fact, we know what we're doing now. So we can let's get rid of this this dot files here. And let's create a temporary directory. And we'll do a management. Oh yes, that's interesting. I'll tell you about something in a second that just struck me. We want to list the queues. Let's go into here for a second, right? Let's do that and say management list queues, which we get output. But let's put that output in, where is it called? Graphing temp queues.json. And so now inside the graphing thing, we've got this temp queues.json file, okay? So that's that. Now, that's fine. We've got to be careful. Well, sorry, no, I've got to be careful here because I've sort of set us up to do all the graphing stuff in a subfolder, in a subdirectory called graphing, right? Which is, of course, as you know, here, right? Where is it? There, in there, graphing, these three files. So we'll keep everything in there, so nice and neat. But we also want to access the scripts that are in the parent directory. And what we could do, you know, is just always like, you know, cd ... and go up a directory and say run messaging, say list queue subscriptions, whatever, right? Okay, fine. And then go back down again, right? Go back down to where we were. But what we can do when we start to think about how we would script this, that's a little bit sort of messy, isn't it? You know, we've got to do a cd and then do a command and then cd back down again or whatever. Really goog, Phil. Yes, I feel really goog. And there's this, the shell, you know me, right? You know, somebody called me that crazy TTY guy, and I took that as a compliment, which tells you everything you need to know about me, I guess. Another typo before finalists, announcements. Oh, announcements. Oh, what? Mark Teichman, announcements. Where are we? Devtoberfest. This is all live, all the time. Live announcements. Announcement? What? Announcements? That was right to me. Or is that somewhere else? Somewhere else, Mark. Updated README. Check it out. Look at that. This is live. This is without net. This is like tightrope walking without nets. Fantastic. Good work, community. So where were we? Oh yes. So you know, it's going to be a little bit messy if we have to go up one directory to run the messaging or the management command and come back down again into the graphing thing. So what I want to introduce you. Hey Johan. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you and welcome, by the way. Welcome, Johan. Furphy. What is going on? My head's exploding. I want to introduce you to subshells. What we can do. We're in the graphing directory right now, right? We can say, right, cd, you know, in brackets, cd go up one, management list queues, for example, right? And close that. The shell that I'm in right now, the bash shell that I'm in right now, will execute that in a subshell, right? And so the cd ... will only affect that subshell. So note where we are, graphing. Okay, we get the answer from the call to the management list queues, but where are we? We're back in graphing because that subshell completed. So we can remember to be able to use that when we put the script together, right? Okay, so. What we'll do is we've got in the temp folder now, in the temp directory, we've got this file. So why don't we go through that file rather than hit the messaging API each time and it's a slight delay. Let's sort of do that. So we could say here queues equals let's just queues equals cat temp queues.json, right? Echo queues. Fine. So we've got queues in a variable. Now we can use JQ, and Samuele, I know you're a JQ user as well from your submission. And we're all really, JQ users because we use JQ quite a lot. Furphy, a rumor of a story, especially one that is untrue or Furphys, I've never heard that word. The future is Hemsagar, the future is terminal. Good work. Yes, it is. So if we say here JQ raw, let's just have that for now. JQ, and then we give it, for example, because don't forget, look, as you can see the square brackets around everything. JQ will process everything, process the array, and each time we'll just say, for example, we got the it's not name, is it? What's it called? What do we want? Oh, we want the name. Yes, we want the name. Let's just do that for now. Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? That's what we want. That's what we want. Now, so this is one way of getting that first bit for what we need in the digraph definition, right? We need the list of queues, right? And we can also process that, can't we? In fact, if we say -r, that will give us the raw version, okay, not with quotes. So we can do that. Now, that then gives us the stuff we need for the next call, because of course the next call we're going to want to say cd ... and management list queue subscriptions Q2, for example. The Q2 is the first one there. Let's use that one there, right? So, and that's going to give us that. So, shall we put this into a script already? Why not? Why not? Let's call it graph. Yeah, graph. Why not? User bin and bash. Let's just be be good citizens and do it properly. Change mod, make it executable so that mostly we can run it straight away. But let's just edit it again. So what did we say? We say declare queues equals cat, because don't forget when we finally make this for real, we'll actually make the call to the management API. In fact, let's do that now. Let's just see if it works, right? Queues equals, and this is a subshell as well, so we can say cd and management list queues, right? Echo queues are queues. Let's see if that works, right? Let's see what happens. Why don't we actually? Yeah, let's use enter, ENTR. What was it? What did I call it? The event something notifier, whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Up here we can say, as soon as I need to be in the Graphviz folder, don't I? As soon as I change list graph ENTR, clear the screen, and just run it. We could actually just say that, right? ENTR knows that as a script that's changed. Let's just see what happens. There we go. So did we get what we did there? Oh, lots of chat. Plus a beer also. I don't know what it is in aid of, Phil, but plus a beer is always sounds good to me. I've got a nice Rochefort 10 in the fridge, actually a Belgian quad. I might have that tonight. And just for you, Max, I've got an Orval. So Samuele, DJ, you introduced me to get JQ. Oh, right, okay, well, fantastic, thank you. We all introduce each other to everything, right? Let's learn from each other. It's fantastic. And suggested you to contribute. Excellent. With one line of code. Yes, I did notice that one line of code. Well, thank you for taking part. That's brilliant. So, did you see what happened there? so we've run that. See, if I could say, for example, here, if I go back here now and say echo the end, you'll see at the bottom, hopefully, if I save that, it'll run that again, just print out the queues, and there's the end, right? I'm going to put the end there because we can just go back up here. There we go, queues are there. Queues are. So it's a really nice sort of feedback loop, okay? Say no to Orval. Say no to Orval? What? Ah, dear. Yes. I introduced Max to Orval and I built this up as the most amazing beer, which it is, right, in my opinion. And Max was so disappointed. This was in Riga, wasn't it, Max, when we went to do the code jam there? Oh, yeah, I'll never forget that. Anyway, right. So here we go, queues. So we've got the queues. So we're underway. Let's just get rid of that. Now, what we can say is, what we want to loop through, by the way, as well, let's just comment that out for now and say queues equals cat temp queues.json, right? Because there we go. That's just because, come on, DJ, spit it out. Because we don't want to be hammering the REST API every time we save things and call it again and call it again and call it again and call it again. So what we can say now is, yeah, okay, so we can say for queue in, and what we want to do is echo queues. Oh, in fact, we could even do this, couldn't we? Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's do that for now. What's JQ thing? JQ minus R. What do we have? Processing this array here, and just for name for now. Let's just do it bit by bit, like we did before, and use a here string. Queues do echo queue. Let's put it in quotes as well. Queue done. Q1, 2, 3. Okay. Riga. It was Riga. We'll take care of that. This is getting more prominent. You'll take care of what? The Orval or something else. By the way, okay, so are you all good so far? The font is Victor Mono. Yes, it is Victor Mono. Nice eyes, Andrew. Yes, I just love this font. It's really nice. And it's got a really nice italic font, by the way, as you can see in the comments. So far, so good. So now what we want to do is we want to say, we want to say subscriptions. Yeah, okay, we'll say subscriptions. Let's just do this. In fact, let's go across to here and fill in cd dot, there we go, and management list queue subscriptions q1 and put that into q1.json, right? Oh no, tell you what, let's go back up here a second. There we go. Yes, so why don't we say management list queue subscriptions, I'm sort of making this up, right, q1, and put that into graphing temp q1.json. There we go, and then we'll do the same for 2 and the same for 3. So we got all the files there, right? Let's do that. Okay, let's go back to graphing. So now we've got in temp, we've got Q1, what to Q3? That's, did I overwrite Q1? Q3 into Q3 and Q1 into Q1. Q1 is empty, Q2 is that one, yeah, and Q3 is that one, and we got the Qs. Okay, so far so good. Yes, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Q3 went to Q1. More haste, less speed, DJ. More haste, less speed. So let's start that again. ENTR, there we go. So that's fine. And we can now, we now sort of got those files in here. So queues, what do we want to do? We want to go here and say, what do we want to say? Yeah. CD, oh, well actually we'll just cat it, won't we, right? Cat temp queue dot JSON. Oh, actually, yeah, there we go. Okay, cat here, and then pipe that into JQ. Let's just put a new line here. Pipe that into JQ something, right? So what we want to do is grab the queue name and the topic pattern. So why don't we say here raw, can you tell I'm making this up? Raw, the array, and then queue name. Let's just do that for now. Let's see what's going on. Why is that telling me useless cat? Yes, I know it's a useless cat, useless use of cat, but we're not going to be using cat. Eventually we're going to be using the call to management. Okay, so let's just leave that for now. Useless cat. Do we want to sort the out? Oh, do we want to sort the output from JQ? Why not? JQ sort. Why not? Oh, sorry, not that one. We want to sort there, don't we? Sort. Seems all right, doesn't it, Andrew? Is that about right? Let's try that. In fact, cat. Well, let's leave that in. Useless use of cat. By the way, does everybody know about the useless? In fact, I was telling us who I was telling about this the other day. Can't remember. Useless use of cat award. There we go. LBC bang. The useless use of cat. Fantastic. That's a good afternoon reading. Okay, so let's run it. Save. Q1, Q2, 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 Q3. Yes. Oh, well, that's a bit confusing, isn't it? Why don't we say here, so we know what's what. Yeah, there we go. Look, Q1, and Q1 doesn't have any subscriptions. In fact, why don't we add this right now? Okay, Q1, Q name, and its topic pattern, isn't it? Plus dot topic pattern. Okay, the arrow is confusing me now because it should be in between, but let's leave that for now anyway, right? There we go. So Q1 has no subscriptions. Q2 is subscribed to sales order. So there's Q2. That line there is like from this echo. And these lines, these three lines are from this thing here. Q2, sales order created, topic A, topic B, blah, blah. Okay. Now, that seems all right. So why are we doing this? Well, let me... Actually, before we dig any further, let's put that back in and let's do this for real, just to make sure, because we're not doing any surprises, right? So CD and management list queue subscriptions queue, right? That's it. Yeah. Oh, a bit slower. Q1, Q2, Q3. There we go. Why? Because it's fun. Yes, exactly. Why we're doing this? Because it's fun. Exactly. So there was real calls. So we made one call to the management list queues and then 3 calls, one for each of the queues, to the list queue subscriptions. Now, why are we doing this? Because it's fun, but also because we want to get the, in my mind, I want to get to the data to a stage where it's sort of roughly the right shape for the dot files. Okay, we've got the list of queues and we've got the list of queue topic subscriptions. Now, if we, let's just go across to here and just run that and put it into, I don't know, something text, right? So we've got something.text. Okay, now what we want to do is sort of reshape that a little bit so that it looks more like our dot files. Okay, notice that we need basically to process this queue information twice. We need once to get the list of the flat list of queues, and then again, or at least we need this information as well to have the queue topic relationships. And this is where I thought awk would come in nicely. Okay, how many folks have used awk before? How many folks have heard of awk? Awk is a beautiful little language. You can almost call it like a domain specific language, a DSL, for processing text. So let's do that. Okay, let's go across to here, and let's create something called queues subscriptions, queues topics. Now, awk is a language where I don't know much about awk, but it's a language where you have basically this beautiful sort of pattern action approach. I mean, actually, let's just quit out there first of all. The easiest thing we can do, let's just remind ourselves, let's go across to here and say vi something, right? So we know what's in there. If I say awk, awk, and then something.text, print $0, it'll just print out the text. Okay, it'll just print out whatever's in there. $0 refers to the whole line, and by default awk does a ton of stuff that you probably want. So if I say here print 1, it'll print the first field. How are fields defined? The thing's basically separated by white space. So if I say print 2, for example, it'll print the second field. Okay, and I can also add some text as well. For example, here print hello $1, goodbye $2, right? Okay, fine. So what we can do is we can do all sorts of things with awk. So there's a pattern. So if we say here the number of fields, if the number of fields is 1, then print it's a queue name, queue, and the first. Oh, that's gonna. Is that how you escape it? Something. Text. Oh, I messed up there. I'll just put. Get rid of that. Let's not even deal with the quoting. A queue name: Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. But if the number of fields is 2, okay, for the lines where there's 2 fields, not 1 field, we can say, for example, 2. So you can see here, we're starting to be able to build up the content of this dot file that we need. So why don't we say vi queues topics awks, that'll do here. So number of fields. Now in here, what we want to start doing is gathering the list of queues, right? So why don't we say, and we can have arrays here, so we can say queues 1 equals, well actually let's assign it to 1, right? If the number of fields is 2, as in if it's one of these lines here, then we can gather the sort of the topics, right? Topics, and this is the topic name, sales order created, topic B, whatever, right? Topics, so it's the key of this array, this associative array, right, is going to be this second field, and we'll point it to the first field. Now, let's visualize that. There's a few special patterns. Okay, well, the empty pattern is basically every line. If we don't specify a pattern, we could say here print banana end. So let's go across to here. In fact, let's go down here and have another one. entr cd graphing ent list star.awk entr I think what we'll need actually is a little script. Let's just edit a script called go user bin and bash awk file. What's it called? Queues topics.org. This is just a test, right? And we'll have it on the file. What's it called? Something.txt. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So list star.awk go. Okay. So we can see here that there are in something there are 7 lines, so we get 7 bananas because we print banana for every line. So every time awk processes a line, we print banana. Okay. Now we're also gathering though the information in these 2 associative arrays or dictionaries or hashes, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Samuele, after 20 years of Dave Taylor articles, I don't know who Dave Taylor is, but is he been writing about awk? It's not possible to know awk. Oh, it's not possible to not know awk. Nice. So Andrew and Samuele, I'm counting on your help at least for this. So we've got this here, and so no pattern basically means every line. There's a pattern where number of fields is 1. There's a pattern where you can have regular expressions as a pattern where things match, but you can also have begin and end, right? Awk is a beautiful language. So in end, we'll just say print at the end, just to see what happens, right? And of course you've got, in fact, we don't have to have the begin there, I guess. Begin print at the start. Okay, fine. So what we can say is for, I don't know, x, for I, x in queues, print x, right? And let's get rid of this banana one, right? So we'll print the queues. For x in q, yes, of course. We need it in brackets, don't we? Q1, Q2, Q3, right? But we can also grab the topics for x in topics. X, I'm just picking x, it could be anything, right? For x in topics, print x. What do we get there? We get topic A, topic B, and sales order created. But what we can say, of course, is print x. In fact, we want to say print topics x, and then like that, x, right? Does that make sense? Save that. Oops. Oh, hold on. Oh, I got rid of it. Too excited. There we go. And just to prove that, there we go. Print just some thing in between. So you can see that, does that make sense, right? For Q in queues and T in top. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, for Q in queues and for T in topics. Nice one, Andrew. Yeah, for T in topics, topic of T. Nice. Oh, Dave Link. Is that? Was that YouTube chat mangling that URL that you put in, Samuel? Dave Taylor. Search. Oh, Linux Journal. That's always a good sign. Dave Taylor has been hacking on shell scripts on US. Oh, he sounds like the sort of person I would like to read articles from. Just in case that is an unclickable link on the chat there from somewhere. Let me put that in as well. LBC. There we go. Okay, Dave Taylor. So thank you, Samuel. Okay, I can't believe it's 5 minutes to go. But are we together here? Are we together in roughly knowing where we want to go? We've got the data from the messaging and from the management API. Oh, it's base 64. Ah, base 64. Nice. Of course, it looks like, yeah, base 64. You know, alphanumerics with an equal signs at the end. Yeah, it's a bit of a clue, isn't it? I suppose, DJ. Come on, DJ, wake up. But awk is a really nice language, I think, for processing text. And the more we move to the cloud, the more that, you know, processing log output and gluing things together, you know, awk is a super useful thing. Volker, hellas. Just coming. You remind me of the great prophet Zarquon, who arrived at the restaurant at the end of the universe 2 seconds before the universe exploded. Yes. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Volker, you're always welcome. Aside from Raki, that's it with your Greek. Okay, Raki's good. Anyway. So we've got this here. So we can start to see that we can build up. Because of course we can print any random string we want. So why don't we have a look here at, is it test.dot? Yeah, so we could even start sort of adding these sorts of things. So yeah, why don't we try that? Queues, right? So queues here. We could say here in the end, print subgraph cluster underscore queues, and then a thing, and then a new line, and then I don't know, spaces, node shape equals folder, like that, right? Semicolon, end. Oh, let's have another new line as well, right? Label equals, let's escape it, queues, escaped, queues, semicolon, right? And a new line. And at the end of that, we want just to print one of those, right? Does that make sense? Let's go, let's get rid of that one actually. There we go. Okay, these are a little bit wonky in terms of white space, you know, they should be a bit indented, but who cares, right? We're starting to see that we can build this stuff up. So we've actually got this bit. Subgraph, cluster queues, node shape equals folder, label equals queues, and then bang, dynamic, Q1. Oh, we know we put them in quotes, don't we? Let's put them in quotes. Print quotes, Q, and then another quotes. There, Q, quotes, and then also we'll have, we could put some spaces in, I suppose, couldn't we? At least a couple of spaces. Yeah, why not? Oh, not there. There. There we go. We're starting to build up. In fact, we don't put that one there. We're starting to build up. This thing here is exactly that thing there. So, Asaf. Hello, Asaf. Welcome, by the way. Can a topic be linked from more than one queue? If so, an associative array seems like not a good fit here. A topic can be linked to more than one queue, yes, and that's why we're using an associative array, unless I've misunderstood your question, because we can see here that, well, we haven't got, in fact, why don't we answer that question, maybe, something, graphing, edit, vim something. Let's just put this in. Q2 is subscribed to topic B, and why don't we add Q3 is subscribed to topic B as well, right? So we got two queues subscribed to one topic. If we run that now, Something, what's going on? Something for Q is topic B, topic 2, topics, Q, topics, the topic. Ah, wait, maybe I got it the wrong way around. Maybe I need to do that and that. Is that what you're saying here? No. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Oh my goodness me. Why don't we answer this question another time? This is a fantastic question to have. I would love to answer it now, but shall we carry on for a few more minutes? Oh my goodness me. We got here, what have we got? Let's go down here, something. Did I do that right? Q1, Q2, Q3. Q3 is topic B, and Q3 is sales order. Just make sure that topic X is in there. Topic X, Q3 is topic X. Q3, topic X, Q3, topic B. Q3, oh no, it is right. Yeah, hold on. Q2, right, okay. Right, let's fix that next time. Yes, let's fix that. Now I see what you mean. Yes. So, topics, Qs. It's 9 o'clock. I would love to do this, but you can see I'm trying. Let's call a halt to this. Let's carry on next week. Asaf, we'll start with your question. Fantastic question, by the way. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a lovely weekend, lovely Friday, and I'll see you next week.